So now that we've chosen an auxiliary segment, in this case, I've chosen segment BD, but as we discussed in the previous screencast, we could have also chosen segment AC, but we've chosen segment DB. And so now I want to kind of take students through the implications of choosing that auxiliary segment. So what we're going to do is just brainstorm some relationships that have been created as a result of choosing that auxiliary segment. So a couple of things we can see, and I would have students come up with these in their pairs, and one of those things would be the measure of angle ADB, or actually just measure of angle D. So I'll write that measure of angle D is equal to half of measure of arc AB. And I'll just copy and paste that from here. Okay, so that's one thing we could brainstorm. And then another thing we could say is that measure of angle B, so this would be a similar statement, so I'll just copy and paste this. Right, measure of angle B is equal to half the measure of arc CD. Okay, so those things students will probably get right away, but then there's also some added benefit here, and that has to do with the triangle exterior angle theorem. So I would kind of get to that discussion by pointing out for students that we still haven't found a way to involve the measures of angle AEB or CED. And so I might give them a minute or so to think about that. And as a hint, I might say, I noticed that when we drew segment DB, we also created a triangle. And I know in the last lesson, we did some stuff with the triangle exterior angle theorem, and see if that's helpful. So again, after giving them some time to think about it and pair share and possibly have some people share out, we discuss how, for example, the triangle exterior angle theorem could be used to say measure of angle B plus measure of angle D equals the measure of angle CEB, which is an exterior angle of the triangle. And in that way, we've now involved an angle that is part of our proof. Sorry, that was actually angle CED. So we've now involved an angle that we wanted to have as part of our proof. So actually from there, students would have all the key ingredients that they need to actually complete this proof. So I would just give them time to think about how they're going to go about arranging these statements and what other statements would need to be made in order for them to prove that measure of angle AEB, which equals measure of angle CED, is half the sum of the measures of arc CD and AB. So this is just getting students to get the ideas out into the air, brainstorm, in preparation for writing the proof. Anthony Carruthers, Better Lesson, Master Teacher Project.